Super Bowl 59 approached, the city of New Orleans cleaned up for company, delivering several multi-million-dollar infrastructure projects in mere months.
As Rob Krieger explains, it's a workflow city leaders hope carries forward, all while acknowledging issues postponing progress in the past.
There's nothing like the hum of construction in the morning. A jackhammer finding its footing in the rays of sun sneaking between the gaps of the French Quarter. The tune of heavy machinery waking up tired roads as crews renew streets seemingly as effortless as an artist's brushstroke on a craggled canvas. The sounds of progress. And in the last few months, that symphony of sounds has seemingly never been more in sync.
But there's no doubt there's work happening. You can see it, and people are working really hard. And really, pretty remarkable to see the facelift Poydras and the surrounding area has gotten over just the last few months.
New Orleans City Council member Joe Giarrusso hopes the efficiency that helped contractors meet tight Super Bowl deadlines can continue beyond downtown.
The type of attention that was paid to Poydras and to the central businesses from French Quarter can be turned around to all those other areas so people aren't feeling like the downtown area got everything, and if you're living in Gentilly, you've been given the shaft.
During a press conference a week before the Super Bowl, Mayor LaToya Cantrell suggested that even though the game is gone, the right person still has the game plan.
Coach, who I call Joe Threat, who caught that ball, bam, that was a real catch. But he caught the ball on so many different opportunities to improve the infrastructure in the city of New Orleans on so many different layers and levels.
Deputy Chief Administrative Officer for Infrastructure Joe Threat says it was experience that helped keep contractors committed to their timelines, delivering multiple projects on time despite delays.
We've got seasoned contractors in town. We started off, as you know, with the Joint Recovery Road project with FEMA, $2 billion project. So these are experienced construction companies. We've worked well with them, and when we asked them to put the breadth and the bear of all their abilities to work, hey man, they can do spectacular stuff.
But in a Fox 8 investigation last year, we found that 15 of 36 road projects tied to the $2 billion Joint Recovery FEMA work saw delays of more than 400 working days. And 5 of those projects were delayed by more than 2 years.
For years, some neighborhoods have dealt with those projects for 4 years, almost 5 years at time with all these delays, and those are the same contractors that are able to do this. What's the difference between that?
The difference is we reorganized the Department of Public Works. We brought in a contractor, program management office with CDM Smith, and with Civics, our staff we totally reorganized the Department of Public Works, put those contractors and the program managers and project managers under that PMO office to make sure that we have a daily quality assurance, quality control project management style.
Threat says going forward, the FEMA work will have a program manager. That's an exact recommendation consultants made in a $3 million report back in 2019. That report was ultimately shelved by the city before much of the current FEMA work began backing up.
Really, we should have started off that way when we had the project. And just from, learning experiences and trial by error, it wasn't working. And, I made the decision to make those changes.
Giarrusso warns even with a program manager, the FEMA work may not match the efficiency of the work the city saw in the last few months.
I think you have to be really candid with people and say, look, this is city work, this is state work, this is FEMA work. FEMA work has to hit certain benchmarks, but at the same time, I think you can say, hey, we've been doing the FEMA work now for years. And I think you're 100% right about the absence of a project manager writ large to be doing these things, but you would also think there'd be things that have been learned over the course of years that can be put in place to help residents right now.
Threat assures that help is coming as the next multi-million-dollar projects roll out to even more neighborhoods. He promises the Super Bowl momentum is just getting started.
We've got a $40 million construction wave coming out right now with another one to follow. So you continue this our motivation and the progress coming forward.
And that was Rob Krieger reporting. The city says it did not disregard the recommendations in the 2019 report and says the implementation of the proposal would have cost the city $95 million. A spokesperson says Threat, who was appointed Deputy of Infrastructure in 2022, put the program management model out for bid that year. And in July of 2023, CDM Smith was awarded the contract.